Every night as you drift off to sleep, you probably imagine your cat is doing the same, curled up in a peaceful purring ball. But what if I told you that as soon as the lights go out, your cat begins a secret, primal ritual? A ritual that connects them to their wild ancestors and to every other cat on the planet. This isn't just about a midnight snack. It's a deeply ingrained instinct that plays out in our homes, right under our noses. We're about to uncover the truth behind the one bizarre activity your cat performs every single night, and once you know what it is, you'll never look at your little angel the same way again. The mystery of the midnight madness. You know the scene. The house is dark, it's quiet, you're deep in a dream when suddenly, you're jolted awake. Did a herd of elephants just thunder down the hallway? Nope. It's just your 10-pound cat, who has decided that 3 a.m. is the perfect time for the Feline Olympics. Sound familiar? You're not alone. You might stumble out of bed to find a lamp on its side, an entire roll of toilet paper shredded, or your cat just sitting innocently on top of a bookshelf, looking down at you like, "Who, me?" For years we've tried to solve this puzzle. Is it hunger? It's a good guess. A rumbling tummy can make anyone a little restless. Others think it's just a cry for attention. Maybe your cat, after being alone all day, is just lonely and wants to play. They see their favorite person lying there doing nothing and figure, hey, perfect time for a game of chase. And then there are the more creative theories. When you see your cat darting around, chasing absolutely nothing, it's easy to joke that your house is haunted and your cat is the only one who can see the ghosts. It's a fun thought, but the real reason is way more fascinating. While hunger and attention definitely play a part, they're often just symptoms of a much bigger, more powerful force. The real reason for this nightly explosion of energy isn't about ghosts or even a snack. It's about a secret your cat has been keeping, a wildness they never really lost. The reveal, unmasking the Zooies. The one strange thing your cat does, the behavior so common it has its own nickname, is what feline experts call frenetic random activity periods, or FRAPS. To the rest of us, they're known simply as the Zooies. These are those sudden, intense bursts of energy where your cat goes from a cuddly lap warmer to a furry missile in seconds. They'll sprint from one end of the house to the other, bounce off the furniture, and chase absolutely nothing with the focus of a lion. It's like a switch flips in their brain, unleashing this wild energy that stops just as suddenly as it starts. One moment they're a blur of motion, and the next they're calmly grooming a paw as if nothing ever happened. This isn't just your cat being weird, it's a perfectly normal and healthy way for them to release stored-up energy and predatory instincts. Think of it like a pressure valve. An indoor cat, especially, naps for hours and doesn't get a ton of stimulation, so all that pent-up energy has to go somewhere. These frantic displays are basically a hunt in miniature. The sudden sprints, the sharp turns, the pouncing on invisible mice, it all taps into the predatory instincts they've had for thousands of years. Even though your cat has a full food bowl, the software for stalking and chasing prey is still running in their brain. The Zooies are just how that ancient programming plays out in the safety of your living room. The science of the nightly ritual. So why does this energy bomb almost always go off at night right when we're in our deepest sleep? It all comes down to your cat's internal body clock. A lot of people think cats are nocturnal, but they're actually crepuscular. This is a fancy word that means they are biologically wired for peak activity during the twilight hours, at dawn and dusk. They get this trait directly from their wild ancestors. In the wild, dawn and dusk are prime time for hunting. Their main prey, like little rodents and birds, are most active then. Plus, the low light gives cats a huge advantage. Their incredible eyes, built with a high number of rod cells and a reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum, let them see with amazing clarity in near darkness, making them super efficient hunters when their prey is most vulnerable. Your cozy house cat doesn't need to hunt, but their body doesn't know that. Their internal rhythm still screams, It's dusk. Time to hunt. This often lines up with when you get home from work, which reinforces their active period. Then, after a long day of napping while you were gone, your cat hits their second peak of activity, the dawn patrol. All that energy they saved up from sleeping 12 to 16 hours has to come out, which brings on the infamous 3 a.m. Zoomies. It's not them being naughty. It's just them obeying the ancient instincts that make them a cat. Other bizarre nighttime behaviors. Explained, the Zoomies might be the main event, but they often bring a few friends to the party. Ever been woken by a loud, mournful yowl echoing through the house? This vocalizing can be a call for attention, a sign of boredom, or just your cat shouting, "I'm here." In older cats, it can sometimes be a sign of confusion, so it's worth noting if the behavior is new. Then there's the creepy-looking stare, where your cat is intensely focused on a blank wall. It's tempting to think they see ghosts, but the explanation is usually much simpler. A cat's senses are way more sensitive than ours. They might hear a tiny mouse scurrying in the wall, see a microscopic insect, or be tracking dust motes dancing in a moonbeam. Their ghost hunting is really just them being hyper-aware of a world we can't see. You might also get special deliveries in the middle of the night. A favorite toy mouse, a sock, or some other treasure they've hunted. Once you understand these behaviors, they go from being annoying to being a fascinating peek into your cat's world. It's a reminder that every house cat still has a little spark of the wild inside. If the nightly Zoomies are still a bit much, there are simple things you can do. The best strategy is to tire them out more during the day and evening. Try to have a good, energetic play session with a feather wand or laser pointer about an hour before your bedtime. This helps them burn off that extra energy in a positive way. You can also make meal times work for you. Cats have a natural cycle of hunt, eat, groom, and then sleep. Try feeding their main meal right before you go to bed. A full belly often leads to a sleepy cat, encouraging them to rest when you do. Puzzle feeders are also a great way to provide mental stimulation and make them work for their food, which can be surprisingly tiring. Of course, if the behavior is new, seems extreme, or comes with other worrying signs, it's always smart to check in with your vet to rule out any health problems. Conclusion: your cat's secret life isn't so secret after all. Their nightly rituals aren't random acts of chaos. They're a beautiful expression of who they truly are. Those midnight Zoomies, the weird stares, the sock gifts, they're all echoes from their wild past. When we understand this, we can stop being frustrated and start being fascinated. We can see the midnight madness not as a problem, but as a privilege, a front-row seat to an ancient, instinctual dance. You haven't just given a pet a home. You've given shelter to a tiny predator, and their nightly ritual is how they honor that wild spirit. So the next time you're woken up by the sound of thundering paws, just smile. Your cat is just being a cat. What's the strangest thing your cat does while you're trying to sleep? Share your stories in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. And if you enjoyed solving this feline mystery, be sure to like and subscribe for more insights into the amazing world of our cats.